Welcome to show 748. Today we're going to be talking about a very important topic. Things that happen for this country recently. Why some African countries they are doing the most. Another one, they're busy. They make life difficult for its citizen. Apart from making life difficult for its citizen, is busy editing Wikipedia back to back to fit in his current status. It's a topic we'll talk about another time, but let's just dive into the one we're having now. President Paul Kagame recently announced the removal of visa restriction to Africans traveling to Rwanda. Some of you that have not seen this video, please check this out.
Globally, the travel and tourism industry has recovered strongly, but the high costs of their travel to Africa and within Africa remains a barrier. Implementation of the single African air transport market is therefore an important priority. We also removed visa restrictions for citizens of every African country, as well as many other countries. Let there be no mistake about it. An African can get on a plane to Rwanda whenever they wish, and will not pay a thing to enter our country.
So the truth is, not being the first person we actually remove this thing, okay? Gambia, Benin, that very beautiful Caribbean country, Seychelles, is open, okay? If you want to travel to Seychelles, you don't need a visa. All you need to do is get your tickets and you don't enter Seychelles. You do not need visa to go to these African countries, and this has been ongoing for a while now. Kenya president actually announced this earlier. From 2024, Kenya will be visa free. For those of you now, when you see the video, this is the video.
Let me also volunteer some additional information that Kenya, a few kilometers from where you are seated, scientists, including myself as a scientist, discovered and located the earliest remains of man on earth. In other words, this is where humanity began. Before you guys went all over the place in Europe and America and Asia and the rest of our continent, this is where we all began. And therefore, allow me to welcome you home. And in a few months, we are having a conversation as Kenyans. In a few months, we are seriously considering abolishing any visa requirement, because it is unfair to ask anybody coming home for visa.
It's a thing of joy knowing that Africans are beginning to have this insight. For me personally, I just feel that visa, for a long time now, visa is just a form of creative ideas this European actually sold to us to keep us apart, okay? The more Africans are united, the stronger we are. And one way for them to actually tear us apart is to introduce this visa to us. Why it be like that? We say they know that Africans are gullible, so they introduce this thing to us and we'll come carry on for head. Why them know the practice waiting they teach us? 27 countries in Europe have this Schengen visa, being that they are free to do business, they do trade, and they are living very well. Check them now. 27 countries who we want travel to. We get visa today, that country are dead. But for them to get into our country, piece of cake. So I think the whole idea is a welcome idea, and it will grow Africa economy, especially when it comes to tourism, doing business, because most people won't do business with a fellow African or for another African country because of this whole visa restriction. It will restrict them from doing such business, and some people will even be frustrated with the whole visa process, so they'll just shun them. But with this idea, which is a very welcome idea, Africa will be great. Shout out to President Paul Kagame, President William Ruto. You guys are amazing. We see what you're doing and we love you. And I wish some other African leaders can copy what you're doing.
Joseph.